Hello, we're Dancing on Tables, and this is O.
The hardest part was finding you, but the waiting is killing me. There's nothing else that I can do but wonder if you think of me. You know I can sleep unless you're lying next to me. Oh, whoa, next to me. The only time we meet is when we're in our dreams. Oh, whoa, next to me. The distance isn't easy and neither is the time. I wanna check my watch every day to see when you arrive, so we can check off all the boxes, dance into the night by your side. But I'm calling you morning, noon and night. The ocean's not that deep. Wait for the moon to turn the tide, to pull you into me. You know I can sleep unless you're lying next to me. Oh, whoa, next to me. The only time we meet is when we're in our dreams. So whoa, next to me. The distance isn't easy and neither is the time. I wanna check my watch every day to see when you arrive, so we can check off all the boxes, dance into the night by your side. But been looking to find someone like you, and I'm not letting go even if they tell me to. Your name is on my skin and it can't be removed. You are by my side. But the distance isn't easy and neither is the time. I wanna check my watch every day to see when you arrive, so we can check off all the boxes, dance into the night by your side. But
So yeah, we started. I think we started the band when we were like 17, ish. But yeah, we're kind of all at school, and basically got asked to put a band together for this like school show, and we were all kind of in music. So I say we were all, wasn't Callum at the time, but the rest of us all put this band together, played some covers. Oh yeah, that kind of went quite well. Well, we keep going. So we kept going, started writing our own stuff, and then I think it was maybe our second ever gig. Hamish, the guitarist, was going down to London, already booked a trip to Harry Potter World, as you do. And so we needed somebody else to play guitar. So Callum was a couple of years younger, so we got him in. And then first practice, he was like, "Oh yeah, I've like written a song, by the way." Played it. We're like, "Oh man, like that's good." Like, right, he can stay. He can stay. So then we became a 5-piece. So yeah, we've just kind of gone from there basically, and gone from immature little boys to immature big boys.
It's always been a big mix because like Hamish has always been like kind of like heavier rock stuff, and then like I feel like you may liked a lot. You always like love the Strokes and stuff like that, and I
Yeah.
like a lot of kind of noughties indie and stuff, and then so it's always been a mix. But I think like one like we always used to cover like the Chili Peppers because Hamish and Gregor like absolutely loved their like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Um, I think what else we cover? We always cover Mika,
Yeah.
Grace Kelly.
That's what we used to end the set on. Nobody expected it, but it was good.
You think of Dunfermline, like the first band that always comes to like the five of us is like Big Country. Always been like a huge influence. Hamish has even got like Big Country lyrics like tattooed on his arm. Like he's like a die-hard fan. And then obviously you got like the Skids, Nazareth, and these Skids and Big Country still do like a yearly show at the Glen Pavilion, which is always like absolutely amazing. And yeah, I mean PJ's is kind of like where we started gigging, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
the only place that after we did a couple like school shows, that was a place that you could just message them on Facebook and say, you know, like we're like a young band, like we want to play here, and they put us on like just like countless kind of support shows throughout the week, like kind of got us experience of playing live, did like some really good gigs, some like pretty like quiet gigs as well, but like it was like all that experience, and like from there like the guys that ran PJs, they like helped us out with like getting shows. They got us our first show in Aberdeen, one in
Yeah, I
Glasgow. They like helped us like make this like it was like an electronic press kit, like all this stuff that we didn't know that you needed to have to like try and get gigs outside of your hometown. Like they kind of showed us how to do that. So they've always just been like there for us. So
Yeah. It's like having like a kind of mentor as a venue, which I can't imagine. Well, I mean, maybe it's more common than I think, but I've never heard anybody else kind of talk about it like that. So yeah, and to come from a place like with such heritage, and you know, you'd see these bands who, you know, played the same local places as you back in the day, or you know where they used to live, because kind of everybody knows. One of Nazareth still does live in the village I grew up. And I was like, I'm gonna have a lot of work to become the best musician from this little village. So yeah, it's great. It's a kind of helps the community feel of living there and the music scene in general. And yeah, just hopefully, I mean, we're playing there in, I don't know when this will go out, maybe a week's time, maybe a couple of weeks' time, October 16th. So yeah, that would be great. And we thought kind of first gig back after lockdown, after everything, where did we want to do it? Like, well, we want to play PJs, we want to do hometown, yeah. And kind of give, I know one of the bands, I can't remember their name at the minute, but it's their first ever gig that they've played. And the guy PJ's message, and he was like, "Oh, like, would you mind them opening?" I was like, "No, like that's how we started. That's how you make bands." So yeah, totally happy to give back, but yeah, don't know where we'd be without them. This is Riviera.
You used to say we'd run away, pack our bags and head to Italy, leave all our loved ones behind. Love for me was all you ever needed to survive. So where did our dream go? To perfect people. Somebody else plays my part in the sequel. He stands where I stood, he's holding on to you. Riviera, I'm never gonna go. Somewhere better, there's always another cold sunny weather. How about you keep your Riviera, Riviera? Well, how the sun sets and how's that sea? Is it as blue as we thought it would be? Are you having the time of your life, or are you secretly thinking of me? Where did our dream go? To perfect people. Now somebody else plays my part in the sequel. He stands where I stood, he's holding on to you.
find my home. It's the only place where my mind goes. Riviera. Riviera, I'm never gonna go somewhere better. There's always another cold, sunny weather. Riviera. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Riviera. I think growing up, or like when we were coming up, like even when you say like the Scottish music scene, it did kind of, to an extent, feel like there's like a kind of Glasgow scene and a non-Glasgow scene. So it was like, right, we'll stick up for all the, like instinctively, like you say that, I'm like, all right, swim school, who are from Edinburgh, like went out for drinks with the other night, like, but actually when you get to a bit older and you realise that everybody's out to help everyone, but yeah, don't know. That's maybe a deep down therapy issue that I need to deal with. that was my first thought. No, it's good. I feel as well with kind of missing a year and a half of gigs that I feel slightly kind of out of touch a bit as well with who just are kind of coming through, and but there's a lot when, I mean, you look at the rise of like the Snuts and like Vistas and things, and I mean even like Lewis Capaldi, 5 years ago, these people just weren't around, and now they're selling out like various sizes of big venues all over like the country, all over the world, really. So yeah, it feels like a really kind of like buzz time to be part of this, of being Scottish. Yeah, it's intense. Callum went without me first time. Cheers, Cal. So he kind of had the, show me photos and stuff. Basically, we couldn't afford for both of us to go, so he got to go, and then I got to go a few months later. But yeah, when you get there, and just the standard of everything to do with music is just through the roof. You've got the place where we kind of went for some writing, and the guy we were writing with was, oh yeah, like Jack White lives across the road from the White Stripes, and like at the time I was the world's biggest like Jack White fan. I was like, that's absolutely mental. Like, do you ever see him? He was like, yeah, he bought a treadmill that he put out his front door, so you just see him running on this treadmill every now and then. I was like, this is insane. But no, it was kind of intimidating at first, and especially when you're dealing with people who have written with, and even though it is traditionally country, like I kind of, who we can call a good friend now, Liz Rose, like helped Taylor Swift start, and when she was kind of more kind of country, but they write, the people that we write with and work with have, yeah, you'd be surprised kind of how far Nashville actually travels nowadays, and I think in the last kind of 10-15 years that's changed.
It's like the new music hub, I think, like in America. Like all the writers are there, and they'll write country, because that's like, I think it's like pretty much two incomes there for writers as well. If they can write country, then they'll like get money from that, and then also they can write pop. So like everyone that we've like kind of written with, most of them are like either country writers or like country artists in themselves, but they work as like co-writers as well, and then like write with like rock bands and like pop bands. So it's like really kind of weird kind of way of doing it, I guess. But no, like I think we love like writing with other people now. It just like brings in a new perspective, and like sometimes you can be so like sold on your own idea and like too proud to like let anything else. It's sometimes good for somebody to just be like, keep throwing new ideas, and then suddenly you're like, right, this is like something different, something better. Makes us like change a lot. Yeah, it's like it was kind of a weird one. Like after like lockdown just hit, as we were like meant to go on a like 2 or 3 week tour, and we did what, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Manchester, Newcastle, and then like everything shut down. So we were like pretty bummed out. Like this was like we were like on like a great tangent, and so we were just like, right, we'll just keep writing music all the time, like keep ourselves busy. So we're just on Zoom like every week or even every day at some points. And then like we've been working with this woman Femka from like LV Music. She's like that's based in Nashville, and she kind of said like, I've got like something interesting here, and basically she'd been like sending out some of our like already recorded music out to this guy Pat Magnarella, who has his own like kind of label, ENCI, but it's like kind of a fair bit bigger than hers, and he loved one of our songs that's not released yet, but he was like wanted to do like a co-venture with her. So like that was almost like 10 months ago or something, and like since then we've basically like gone out and recorded the whole thing, and now it's just like getting
getting
ready
things
for it all.
finalised. And I know, it was mad. Like we got this call one night I was away, and Femke was like, can we Zoom like quickly? So jumped on. She was like, yeah, like got this guy really interested. I was like, all right. She was like, yeah, it could be really, really big. I'm like, oh yeah, like this is exciting. Like, yeah, he managed Green Day for 20 years. Like, fuck. So yeah, it feels good to finally be able to talk about it after so long. When we were the only ones who kind of knew about it, or like a select kind of friends and family, because just the whole process of everything was just very dragged out, and you didn't want to like shout about it in case something fell through or it didn't happen. But now it's like, right, everybody's posting, it's definitely happening. That's fine. The album itself will be out 2022. That's all I'm allowed to say. But we're gonna release some tracks that we've already put out over here. Just kind of with our new label being in America, to give people in America more of a chance to get to know us before we release an album, and kind of get to like us. So yeah, it's kind of like a greatest hits of 4 years. Yeah, best of 2019 to 21 Dancing on Tables. So yeah, we're putting that out at the end of October. But it's all remastered, so it does sound different, and we're gonna do new videos and things. So there's lots for people who are already fans. There's still lots to kind of engage with and enjoy.
This one is Not to Need You. Is this all I am? I feel deflated with my feet in the sand. I feel myself sinking. You threw the lifeline, I caught the rope, but you let it go. I don't know where I stand, can't find my direction. You held all the plans, left me lost in the question. 'Cause you were the map leading me home. I can't get there alone. I'm not afraid of falling, nowhere to go but down. Everything looks better when you're laying on the ground. It's like I've never seen the world like this before. Best part of starting over is not to need you anymore. All I ever was dream I'll be braver. I'm more than you said. I still hear the sound, but it's fading out. I'm not afraid of falling. Nowhere to go but down. Everything looks better when you're laying on the ground. It's like I've never seen the world like this before. Best part of starting over is not to need you anymore.